Hey, what's up, everybody?
Hey, everybody, good
It's Thursday
evening.
and it's open game night. Welcome to Open Game
Open
Night.
game night. Hola, everybody.
Hey,
Good evening,
everyone.
ladies and gentlemen.
I'm Denmark, and with me is wait, how do I point? Oh, that way. And with me is
This way, I don't do it this
yeah,
way.
that you. You're
It's Keo here. As you can see, we're just the two of us.
yeah, but
So,
I think we can handle it.
we can. It's an easy topic. Hey, Danny. Easy
Hey,
topic.
hey. All right, I finished doing my technical stuff. And now we could do this. All right, cool.
Alrighty then.
Uh, our hosts are always rotating because there's still real life to what we do, and
We're
sometimes
evolving still.
and sometimes real life catches up with us, and I think that's what happened to Ron. And
Oh
yes, we
yeah.
we we game, but sometimes you also need to press pause for a little while. And hey, Ron, if you're watching, what's up, bro? Hey,
Hey
Abby.
Abby,
Hey,
Zap.
what's up, Abby? What's up, Danilin? Thank you for joining with us, and we hope that you also can contribute to
Oh
our
yeah.
conversation today. And
Make it
kind
loud
of
and proud in the
kind of
comments.
pessimistic. I don't think it's pessimistic. I think we can spin this into something that it's a turn off for us, that hopefully
Yeah,
publishers could do better and
that's
actually
true. Or
think about these things as if they watch us. But these are
I
parts of
mean,
the
again, folks, these are just our opinions. Okay,
right,
these are not
right.
these are not opinions that we force everyone else or who be in
Hey,
our game
Sim.
group. Nah, we don't like that. Don't like it either. No,
Yeah,
no,
there's
heck
still gonna be
no.
a lot of I don't like this, I don't like that. But that's the reality of things, right? It's not every game that comes out you're like, this is the best game since whatever. This is the best since sliced bread. It's not gonna be everything like
Oh
every
yeah,
time like that,
definitely.
right? And
Yeah.
besides that, there's still gonna be preference. It depends on who we are, what we
Mm-hmm.
like. It's not always gonna be the same. And when we're gonna be talking about our topic about turn-offs, it doesn't necessarily mean that we're not gonna try it or we hate it. It's
Mm-hmm.
just that
That's very
something that
true.
irks us, we can get over it.
It
Because come on,
yeah, it's more like if I see it, I won't get it, but I'll try it if someone else has it. I won't
oh,
say
that's how you
no.
did your list, right? So with
Yeah,
me, my
yeah.
my list was like, ooh, it's on my turn off list. I won't touch it until I have no choice or until you can really convince me that it's actually good. But
Oh,
we're
that's gonna
not
be
gonna be.
fun.
Maybe we can be mentioning a few of the games that are involved in this, but I don't think we're out to bash those games,
Yeah,
right?
I won't mention any games really, but at least these are realistic turn offs for me at
Situations.
least. So if there's a particular game in mind, then hey, bato bato sa langit,
Yeah,
tatamaan.
so we're doing disclaimers right now. It's not like we're out to get these games, but
Yeah.
it's just our preference. I think we're gonna have one or two, but I think one. The way that we prefer our games, I think we're gonna have one that's a crossover.
Maybe, just maybe. Given the whole collection right behind me, you guys have an idea what kind of gamer I am. I'm an RPG kind of guy with a lot of theme in it, minis and the like, diba? So,
Ooh.
diba? But we'll see. We'll see if there's a crossover. We'll discuss every single point we have, and it's good.
So it's
Because
gonna be
again, folks,
10.
yeah,
We're gonna get
yeah,
five each. So we're gonna have like a 10 turn offs for us, right? So
and people watching, please do
yeah.
write your no thank you list in the comments as well. Okay, we would love to hear it and read it pala here in the
Yeah.
open
So
game night.
how are you? What have you been playing?
Me,
Your
funny you
Steam
asked
Deck?
that. Well, yeah, I've been playing the Steam Deck often in my breaks. Haven't opened my laptop only for open game night, like tonight. But I've been playing a online D&D application
What?
with friends.
Oh, okay,
Yes.
okay.
This application used to be called Fireball, and now it's called Dungeon Realms. It's a free to download application, and all you need is a group of friends, and one of them should be a DM, and it's got all the tools. Well, most of the tools, ready for an adventure. So we're playing this online. It's a chill text based because but with real people.
Okay.
So if you guys haven't tried it yet, Dungeon Realms. It's a picture of a red dragon with a dice in his mouth.
Oh, okay. All right. So that's what you've been playing.
Yes, RPG online.
I haven't played board games yet.
Oh.
Again. I think the last one was last Sunday. I played a round of Cascadia. But that game,
Cascadia.
it's I don't know. I found out that tile laying games for me are relaxing for some weird reason.
So it's
It's like,
therapeutic.
yeah, and I don't care if I lose. It's just that, hey, look, all the tiles fit. I don't know if it's the shape or it's because you're connecting the same. You're trying to
It's like a
connect the same
puzzle.
biomes.
Yeah. It's
And
like a
and, and,
puzzle.
and and I found out that it started with Suburbia, and a lot of people don't
Mm-mm.
give credit due credit to that game because it's bland. If you look at it, art wise sucks. Tiles
The purple cover ba yun?
no, and that's the expansion. The blue one, the light
The
blue,
blue
the
one,
baby
okay.
blue, and then the royal blue,
That
and
was
then
purple to me for
Suburbia.
some reason.
And then it's just-
Suburbia. With
See?
expansion?
No, not really. See, hey, that's what we're saying. That's why we're here. We're trying to have a respite tonight, and hopefully you guys can join us. Just take a break first, like for an hour, and join us for an
Yeah.
hour and just talk about turn-offs in games. Anyway, as I was saying,
Yeah,
I found out that
Let it all
Uh,
out.
tile laying games were fun for me. So Cascadia hits that spot. As I continue to miss Suburbia, I wish I could buy the. Have you seen the collector's edition? The one that's like it's a apartment tower that lights up, and then the
Really?
tiles just has its own dispenser. Dude, you should see it. It's so nice. I don't have 8K to spare to get one of those.
8K. Add to cart.
But hey,
Add to
if
cart.
if you have one, good for you. And you know those games. And I taught it to a few people, and they enjoyed it, and rightfully so. Every time you play that game, I'm reminded on why it is a winner for the Kenner Spiel. Am I right? Is it the Kenner
What
Spiel?
year?
This year,
Year
last
was
year.
Last year, 2021. Okay.
Is it Kenner?
Suburbia.
Hey, Aya, long time no see.
Hey,
Yeah,
Aya.
sure.
Hey, we haven't seen. Oh, just when the two of us is here, then the people show
And
up.
then
Okay.
everybody's here.
Hey, Aya.
This is a problem with Abby. She's in the Morgan and Luvin and who else are
Oh,
those
that
people who are
level, huh?
the KS people who this is my regular one. No, that's the deluxe. Really? It's just regular for me.
That's the big box? Is it? I just got it from the Kickstarter.
Hey, hey, Mark. Hey, apparently a lot of
Hello.
people are taking a break from work. Hey, thank you for joining us.
Hey. Oh, the more people, the more angst will come out
Yeah,
here. The
yeah.
things you don't like about board games, particular ones. All right?
So,
Oh, thank you.
either a lot of people are taking a break from their work, or they really just don't like Ron.
Hey, who's to say, right? Who's to say? Voice out your
I
comments.
kid.
I joke.
Because come on, think about it. It's like, wait, one thing that's different for tonight is that Ron's not here. Everybody's here. Oh no!
He's
I got
probably watching
I
right
got
now.
evidence. I'm just kidding. But hey, we miss Ron and his wisdom, especially on his perspective on design
Anything
and
about
board
Ron.
games, right? So, hey,
goodness.
everyone who's watching, again, our topic will be the turn-offs that you have with games or in
Turn-offs.
games. It doesn't necessarily mean that you hate it. It's just that
Yeah.
it irks you and it gives you have a difficult time trying to play it because there's this thing that just
You just can't get past, that one thing that makes you
the
say,
big hurdle,
I'll let
right?
them buy it.
So so if you have those things, we're gonna be counting down 5 each. Kyo and I will
Yeah.
have 5 each, so we'll end up with 10. But if you have your list, hey, let's see if we can have a crossover. You can just type it here and we'll read it.
Oh
All right.
yes, I would love to
Cool.
hear your angst.
Oh. All right. So who's starting? You want to start or
Sure, why
you're number
not?
5? Or sure. All right. Okay, here
Number
we go.
number 5 ba? Okay, number 5. Okay, my
Or
thing that
fine, in no
makes me
particular
okay.
order.
In no particular order.
Even if you
okay.
don't want to rank it, but mine's ranked. So
Okay, no problem. It doesn't really matter. They're all the same because I really would say no thank you to the board game if it has the following.
Mhm.
For my first one, it would be rules that assume you already know the terms and mechanics of other games. Yes, there are games like that. It assumes that you've been playing already. And then it says, okay, for example, trick taking game. It'll always say,
All right.
do your trick taking and then get the cards. And the first thing that comes to mind to people is, okay, could you refresh me what trick taking is again?
Yeah, but what would you call it then? What would you call a trick? So you prefer that in the rule book it says, okay, trick. Here's
Beginner
what
friendly.
you do. Do your trick. A trick is blah blah blah, something like that. You prefer that
Yeah,
one?
exactly. I prefer it assures that this is your very first game you've ever bought.
All right.
And at least,
All right.
no matter how big it is or how small it is, if the rules explain the game well
Yeah, but
enough,
I remember I read recently.
Mhm.
Blah 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 is a worker placement engine building game. Like, okay, I know those terms.
yeah, you do. But does everyone else share the same opinion? No. Heck, maybe in about 10 years from now, if you say engine building, I'll be like, huh? What again? Could you refresh? I have to look in Google pa just to find out what it is, right? So
So that
those kind of
irks you?
games.
That turns
Yeah,
you
it-
off, right?
It the most recent game I think I played was with Alvin, a tower defense game where the rule book was so confusing. It assumes we already have seen the picture and already assume that
Oh, I
we
hate
know
that.
what items we see in the picture is
Oh, I
already
hate
understood.
that.
That it's like, okay, like use the defense icon. Or which one is the defense icon in this game? Is it the one with the one with the shield? Of course, of course. It's sometimes not exactly too obvious. So
Right.
again, if for rule for designers who make games, make your rule books, user friendly, to say the least.
Or at least do provide player aids.
Yeah, or diagrams, or
Right. Right.
a lot easier. I mean, again, another example would be a good example would be what's that card game? The one that one per pack, one deck per pack.
What are we talking about?
The card game by Richard Garfield.
Keyforge.
Keyforge, yeah. Keyforge was initially very confusing until you read and the diagrams and understand how it's played in some instances and even the rule book. Then you realize, hey, okay, that's right.
Mm-hmm.
That's interesting. So that's why it kind of boomed until it fell off the grid for a while. So yeah.
It fell off the grid because they said, I think we reported on this one in board game news. Anyway, before that, same was saying bad rule books
Mhm.
without player aids, double red flags.
Yeah, double red flag. I agree with that.
Keyforge was hacked. No, wait, not hacked. They had a problem with their algorithm thingy machine.
Yes, there was.
So that's
there
why they had
was.
to shut it down.
And they sold the rights to a new company who was the former executive, or at least the main VIP for that game mismo, the Keyforge. He
Oh,
went and made his own company, and now he's bringing back Keyforge because
Fantasy
again
Flight, right?
there is
Yeah.
another companies now have reprinting Keyforge.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
yeah, There
Yeah,
you go.
so you
There's
hit you
Abby
hit
there.
something right there. Off
Exactly.
the
It's
bat, off the
confused
bat.
from the bat. Confusing rule books. If you're gonna have a game that's gonna be a hit, you have to make sure that everybody understands it and not just board gamers.
Right,
Diba?
right.
There
Cool,
you go. That's
cool.
my first one. How about you, Denmark?
My number five, and then I ranked this. So wait, hold on. Joram Alvarez. Hello, Joram. Yup, couldn't agree more. 2 to 3 years ago, when I was still starting to get into the hobby, those board game terms intimidated me. Engine building, trick taking, resource
Yeah, but
management,
deck building. Okay, deck building sounds
hand
pretty obvious, but it's not what you
roll
see. It is,
selection,
yeah. Roll.
uh, movement points, 4x, those terms, right?
Oh yeah,
Maybe
the
we should
4X. Wow.
we should revisit our series with the terms of
Yeah.
we did
Board
one
game
before.
terminologies.
Yeah, we
Basics.
did one. I think we had a 3-part series on that one. What does it mean
Yeah.
and what are the examples? Anyway, thank you, Joram. My
Thank you,
number
Joram.
5. That's one of the problems we encountered when we started last December. Oh, so it's a reality, right? Game. I mean, companies assume that people who buy their games know terms already. All
And
right.
that's just bad assumption, right? Bad assumption.
In a niche hobby, right? And then they're just gonna assume that everybody knows.
I mean,
Okay.
the best example right now for me was Magic the Gathering still explains their terms in their cards. And
Even
that's
if
good.
it costs more ink. Because it's
The
gonna be
price,
additional
yeah.
ink for them, right? That you're gonna
Yeah.
explain what it means.
The price of the booming. Oh my goodness.
All right.
It's,
My turn.
Yeah.
My number 5, and I think I'm getting old, but this is
You think?
excessively long games. As soon as I see 180
Okay.
180 minutes and plus, yeah, that's a turn off for me already. It's gonna be I don't have 3 hours.
The initial estimate at the back of the box is 180. Okay,
Plus,
I agree.
we all know that they're lying. Because whatever
Yeah,
the
they
number
are.
is, add 30 or an hour more. So it's like, what the hell, man? And when I see those games,
I need to go to the bathroom.
I mean, I know people are enthusiastic about their games, right? It's like, hey, let's play this game. And you see that it's a big box. And then
Ooh,
you see that
Gloomhaven.
it's like, yeah, how long is that gonna take? Oh, it's just quick. If you're a gamer naman, you understand all of this, blah, blah, blah. How long does it say? 240 minutes. God damn.
Why? Huh? But I gotta pick up my mom. Don't worry, we'll finish it the first time.
How long? And you could make an assumption, and of course there'll always be exceptions to the rule, but you can make the assumption that if there's 180 minutes to it, 240 minutes to it, or worse, 60 per player, 60 minutes per player, 45 minutes per player, right? You know that the teach is gonna be long. You know that the teach is gonna be long. And of course, exception. Some people can really teach well. They can really relate well and do things.
Shortcut
But
the whole
you
thing,
know,
yeah.
sometimes sitting down and just trying to process all the rules for an hour about the teacher, you're tired already without even playing. Much more on your first few turns. You're gonna get confused. You're gonna have this difficulty of your brain still hasn't wrapped the whole concept around on how you play this game, what clicks, what doesn't. It's gonna be long. Yeah, hey, see, I understand where Abby's coming from. Like, I don't like games that are too short. Agree, I don't like games that are too short
Yeah,
too.
too short is it a game? If it's too short,
It's an activity.
it's an activity. It's in betweener. But I understand. I mean, long games for me are planned. They're supposed to be planned out.
Long
You know,
games
you
are
don't-
an event.
You don't go to a game night and you bring what, an RPG that's what, like 2 hours just for the first scenario.
See,
No,
we
no one
have
wants to-
we have
yeah.
surprise game nights, right? You know, our Thursday, Friday, Wednesday, Tuesday, sometimes whatever day group that we have.
Mhm.
and when we play
Whatever day
games,
group.
4 or 5 games in a span of 4 hours and or 4 or 5 hours, it's not bad. and we had our fill, right?
Yeah,
The last time that
that was the plan in the first place. Yeah, sure. Why not?
so you it depends on on who you game with, and the games that are meaty but actually are not time consuming, that would work. That would work. But for me, I'm not saying I'm not gonna play it, because someone asked me to play Civ, just refresh me with the rules again, I'm gonna
Mm-hmm.
play it. But initially, when I see something that says 180 to 40 minutes or 40 minutes per player, how many players are we? A minimum for crap.
Mm-hmm.
100. That's 3 hours.
And then someone
Plus
will come up.
each.
Hey, can I hold another player? Yes. Can I join? How could you say
So,
no?
but most games that will reach that time, you're playing something that's really good, that's really crunchy, that's really
Oh,
meaty, that's really good. Hey, but like what you said, I have to agree. It's an event. You plan it, guys.
yeah.
Game day, we're gonna be playing this.
Only
Okay,
one
and
game.
then,
Yeah.
and then after this, whatever comes up next, we're good. Are you okay? So start reading on the rules, start looking at whatever you need to look at, and so that our teach will be quick, right? It's an event.
Quick. Yeah, that's a
3 to 4
keyword.
will be will be an
I
event.
mean,
But if you
this
like
goes to
those
say,
games,
yeah. Would you bring a legacy game, Denmark, to a
Legacy, I
game
don't
night?
mind as long as we agree on it. Like, let's say Charterstone, we're gonna be playing half of the 12 episodes. Fine, at least I'm emotionally, mentally
Prepared?
prepared. All right, Charterstone Legacy,
Charterstone. We're gonna do
worker
this.
placement, tableau building. Let's go. All right. You
What other game?
understand,
The
right?
Something Gods. The really good one.
Sleeping Gods.
Sleeping
That's an
Gods.
event too,
Oh
right?
wow,
That's a minimum
that's
2 hours,
an event
right?
for a one scenario. I
And
think.
you can
Yeah.
also appreciate it if you understand that you're gonna get into that, right? So, hey, if you like those games, kudos to you. I'm old. I don't think
Yeah.
I can handle it anymore.
My,
So
my,
to
my
me,
stamina.
no, and also to me, I'm on limited time, so I cannot stay up from start to closing like I used to, because I have a little boy now, a little kid. So I have a certain time that. So to me,
Yeah.
when I'm out in game night, I prefer to play more games than just sitting down and having a few. Unless we talked about it, hey, I'm good with that, right? But if
Correct.
you're on,
Yes.
if
I agree.
if it's 180 minutes and you can do it in 120, good for you, and you enjoy those games. Hey, continue playing those games. And the fact
Yeah.
of the matter is, at the end of the day, if you're having fun, don't mind what I'm saying. It's my preference. It's just me.
Hey,
It's my
Ronnie.
preference.
Enough for me to be says can play two players and up. Oh.
Yes, I actually hate that. You have
Speaking
a dummy, a robot player.
speaking of that,
Wait, is that your number? Hold on.
that's my okay.
Hold
Hold
on,
on.
hold on. Mine would
Table
be
hog
Table
games.
Hog.
Ooh. Wow. The whole
Yes,
bunch, like
this
a
is
lot
also
of
true.
things on the board. The whole board
Ooh,
itself is huge.
ooh, but I'm gonna ask. Hey, Clint, what's up? Thank you for joining us.
Hey, Glenn.
Wait, I have to show that, and then hey, Clint, and then I'm gonna come back to this one. Yes,
Okay.
Table Hogs. Some could have been done better. Like 80% of the card is picture, and then 15% is the text. So now they have to. That's all that you have there. So it's like, this could have been printed in a different way. It could have been better. But can
There's
I
another one there, yeah.
argue that it's a turn off also that you have a big ass box, and then the whole game can fit in 1/4 of that box?
Yes. Oh gosh, yes. I mean, very unnecessary spacing in art. I mean, I appreciate the production value, but you don't have to make it that big. Like, we have pirate-sized cards.
Have you
Why?
seen? You know
Why?
Splendor, right? You know Splendor.
Oh yes, I know.
That's a big
Splendor.
box. But
It
you
is.
only use 1/4 of it. Or less. So I'd argue
Production!
that
Diba? First impressions count. You got a big box, you open it like, ooh, wow, look, tokens.
I love
Someone said
games,
here
but
something like
not
that, similar
too
to that.
early. Imagine my shock when we played Gaia Project in Bacon at 9 a.m. Yes,
Yeah.
I understand. I was too shy to
Uh,
turn on the off. Fortunately, we got to be friends with him.
Hey,
Yeah.
that could be the the what do you call that, the prize at the end. You gain new friends and new acquaintances, you know, new experiences with other people. Yeah, that's the whole point there.
As a
Okay,
solo gamer, of course, the turnoff is no solo mode. But I also
of
hate games with
course,
huge
of course.
setup time and imagine the cleanup. Hey, that's on my short list. I was contemplating if either I'm gonna add the long setup, long takedown as a turn off, but someone actually said it. So there you go. Hey, Fred, hello. What's googling? I know
Hey,
right
Fred,
now.
what's up, man?
Irk. Oh, Irk.
Woo!
Okay.
Speaking of those most recent comments there,
Your
that would be
turn.
my next
Number
one.
4.
Okay, number 4. When the box says minimum of 3 players, I'm like, I can find one, but the third one? I mean, okay. First thing that comes to mind was, okay, me and the wife, maybe the third player, my kid, but she's only 4 years old, turning 5. Okay, so I'm thinking, if I buy this game, I'll be playing it in about 2 years. So no, no, I'd rather play it within the next few weeks, or next week, or the
So,
next
so it's
day.
just specific the number 3. It
Yes,
doesn't mean
if
that
I
it's
Yeah, exactly. No particular game, as long as the game says minimum of 3 players, 3 to 5 usually, 3 to 6, and it's no lower than 3. You're like, okay, so there has to be a third player in order to enjoy this game. Normally, I would get that if I was planning for a game night with my board game buddies. Like you, I don't have much time with for myself in most recent months, and I'd like to have a game that I can play solo or with just a single person. And I can be that second person too as well. It sounds weird.
you're playing 2 hands, right?
Yeah, playing 2 hands just to try the game. See? Again, any bingo. See? Can't buy
Can't buy.
3 or more players. Yeah.
Yeah.
Unless you're 3 in the house and you all can read properly, then why not? I mean, again, I'm not saying that 3-player games are always hard on the eyes when you're designing the game. But if you have your brothers, sisters in the house, why not? Diba? Why not? The thing is, my environment here is that we're only 3 in the family, one's a kid, so
Yeah.
my
Same.
best my best bet is a 2-player game, or even better, a solo game, diba? So there you go.
Cool. So games that require to have at least 3 players
3,
minimum.
yeah, which means I have to call up somebody to play with rather than someone who's already immediately available.
See, that gamers need a me time every now and then.
Oh yeah,
Even from gaming.
even from gaming.
Correct. So this one also is from Abby. My huge turnoff is a bad organizer or a missing insert that should have been added to a game, especially games with a lot of components that they just give you plastics. I'll add.
I could add to the
I could add organizers that don't consider sleeves.
yes, yes. Oh my goodness! How many of you has already encountered? Wow, it all fits in one box, and then I'm gonna buy sleeves to keep this protected. The moment you put sleeves and then you put it back in the box, they don't fit.
I have a better question. How many of you have thrown away inserts because they're useless?
Oh goodness! All the 3 inches, an inch and a half margins. in the
Here we
side.
go.
Turn off sa akin yung hindi na kasi sa box. Yes. That's what we're saying.
But like we're gonna harken back to like 2 years ago. This was an argument in the Philippine board game groups, but I think it's because of the context or the place that we're coming from. The US don't necessarily sleeve their cards. Like 80-90% of them don't sleeve their cards. As opposed to the
Because
Philippines, it's like 90% of sleeves are cards.
I, I guess the main reason there is that it's most games are made Europe, US, so it's
or
readily
or it's
available to
accessible
them.
to them, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
accessible. Yeah, exactly.
correct.
Unlike way here in the Pacific, where the Philippines actually isolated country from any land. I mean, getting a board game, you really would
It's
like to keep it.
premium.
Yeah,
Yes, premium
you
price.
keep it as long as you can in top condition, and sleeves
Correct.
are the way.
Yes.
And if they don't fit, you go berserk.
Do you know that my 5 tribes, the tiles for the
Mm.
places, I found those sleeves, that's the big square ones. I
Oh
sleeve
yeah.
them. Because every time you
You-
play 5 tribes, even if you don't want to, when you slide those tiles, you scratch them off.
yeah, they do. You don't want that. Who wants that, right, guys? Who wants their cards to be scratched?
Hey, here. Players with 3 players only minimum and bad inserts who don't
Like
consider
I
sleeves.
I like Joram's last comment. Yung mga safanga ng Pinoy naka-plastic cover. Oh my gosh. Well, that's true. Because you'll pass it on to the next generation. Oh, that sofa has been with my great grandma.
Correct.
So
All
don't
right.
remove the plastic.
Okay, I have to pause the comments first so that I could get in my number 4 because I'm not gonna get in
Oh.
my number 4. My number 4 turn off in board games are is the color beige.
Oh gosh. I have something similar, but sige, you go ahead.
Or bland
Oh.
colors. I mean, if you see the board, it's like it's beige, it's light brown, it's gray, it's brown, it's yellow. I'm like,
But,
what the hell am I
but if
looking
it,
at?
but if it says Dune, diba? If it says Dune, wow, that
Hey,
is sand.
Dune is gonna be beige. It's sand, but you know what I mean. Those beige pastel colors that are just like. There's a good way to do beige, right? There's a good way to do that. But most games, as soon as I see that color as a dominant color or any pastel color as a dominant color, I'm like, yeah, you have to sell this hard for me to try this game. I think the only exception I made was for Castles of Burgundy. Because the box was
Okay.
burgundy. Then when you open it, crap, they're all pastel
They're all-
colors.
Who among you guys have walked by a store of a board game store and then just using your eyes browsing the boards and then you skip
Skip.
over those bland colors?
Mule.
Okay,
MULE, skip.
I got that right down there. That's why it's down there.
That's the thing that I can remember. I mean, there's a way to do it, but come on, if especially if it's a Euro, it makes the game more dragging, more difficult to play.
It's even more tiring to look at it in the beginning before you even open it.
Right. So
No offense to Europe.
hey,
players,
no hate to Euro players,
hate,
but
no hate,
for
no
me,
hate.
my preference again, this is our preference. If there's too much beige or that kind of color, those colors, and if you see them laid up, like, oh no,
Oh, dude.
find another game first. So I actually wrote here beige blands. That's my
Bland. Okay. That's the
that's
keyword there,
That's my
bland.
keyword. So that's my number 4. So let's go back
Number
to
four.
comments. Some of the games put in effort to create these really great inserts, but they don't consider cards sleeved. Yeah, it's a matter of adding 3 to 4 centimeters,
Yeah.
and most of the games have that problem. Yeah, the sleeves. And Luvin is saying the big turn off is a light
here.
6 to
Here.
8,000 games. Simple yung mechanics, then deluxe. LS Ampeg. Yes, Kyo.
5,000 pesos. And the game is like
It
Really?
has metal coins, metal cards.
oh, the production value is top notch. But the game itself is Not so much. Hey, that rhymes.
There was that game, right? It's called we have this rule that it must not be named, but we all know what it is.
It's called. Hey, I said it.
And click to
Redacted.
say,
Okay.
pag trip ko naman yung art trampoline na turn off.
You know,
Yeah,
that's a
that would
good
work
point. That's a
too.
good point.
See,
You know,
beige blends doesn't help.
yeah. I mean, heck, if what's that Viking game, the blood call that, the art was perfect. The art was really great until people kept on playing over and over again, and they realized, oh, the game is broken. But they looked past that for many years because of the art.
Which
I
one
mean-
are we talking about?
The what do you call that? The Viking one.
Champions of Midgard? Blood Rage. Blood Rage.
Blood Rage, Blood Rage,
Blood
Blood Rage.
Rage.
And the Asian version, which is the I don't know,
the what?
the
Rising
Asian
Sun?
version, Rising Sun. There you go. The art is
They're not
beautiful.
the same game, dude. They're from the same company, same designer, but they're not the same game.
So you say.
They did not
So you say.
reskin it. You're gonna have haters.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah, Canvas, Flamecraft.
Oh, those
I
are
mean,
pretty.
Those are really pretty, even though they're saying, well, from what I've heard, Flamecraft is a little bit, it's like water deep, only a little bit better, half a step better, but basically it's water deep. I have no idea, I haven't played it yet, although I'd love to have a Flamecraft copy, especially if it's deluxe. So
Yeah. Who doesn't
Why
like
not?
dragons?
dragons baking, dragons making wine, dragons
Diba?
making shish kebabs.
Diba? Buti na lang walang union yung mga dragon, diba?
All right, that's number 4.
Number
Oh, yeah.
4.
So we're
now
number 3.
my number 3. Okay, we have an overlap.
Oh, see, we have one already. Is it the beige one
Okay.
thingy? Beige blands?
Technically not really beige, but I placed there too much green.
What? What's wrong with
Yes.
green?
Okay, here's the thing. If Denmark doesn't like beige
Or bland
I don't-
colors? Fine.
or bland colors, I don't like green. Predominantly green. The moment you put a green box in front of me, the first thing that comes to mind is forest. Forest, anything to do about nature. I mean, I understand. I mean, sometimes the games are good, yeah, but the thing is, I'm not
Dude,
I'm
you're
not
from
into
the
that
LSU.
That has got nothing to do with my hobby. that has got nothing
You're an
to
archer.
do with my hobby. Yes, I'm a green archer, but that means I should I like green? No. Especially in board games. I mean, I have. Do you see any green behind me?
Power Grid, as Sim was,
Ninja Turtles, yeah,
was
but
saying,
not-
right? Power Grid, Cacao, Point
Yeah, see-
Salad.
yeah, you don't see that. You don't see that in my collection.
Abandon all artichokes, dude.
I'm not saying that the games are bad. I'm just saying that they don't attract me as much as
Right.
Here's a good example, Clank. The title alone has a great art. Clank, that's the first thing you'll see. What is Clank? You got the expansion with purple and metal colors. You got the original yellow, orange, and metal colors too as well. But if you show me a green box just on beside it, and I see Everdale, yeah, okay, cute, cute.
Everdale's
Or-
nice.
What's that other game about leaves?
Photosynthesis.
Photosynthesis.
Bosque is
Diba?
not green. It's
Diba?
Canopy. So recently there's like Canopy and all the leaf and flower games. So
Yeah, see, flower game. As the
I'm
meme
sorry,
of
garden
as
games.
as the meme goes by, see Thor. Do you like those things? Maybe.
So that's a turn off to you, right? Green
Yeah,
games.
color green. I want to elaborate. It's practically the same thing as Denmark with the beige. So there you go. Color too much green for me.
It's a hard sell, right?
It's a hard sell. How about you guys? You guys although
Let's go
anything-
colors. Let's go color turn offs.
anything that's red, that'll catch my attention. A red box, we're like, whoa. A red box will always
But
get my
that's what
attention.
red was supposed to do, right? That's what.
Red Rising? Oh yeah.
No, I mean
Oh,
that's
heck
what
yeah.
the color of red is supposed to do. It has to really grab your attention.
Yeah.
Most
I mean,
of my games are blue.
yeah,
blue and red.
reddish, orange, as you can see there, blackish, mostly black.
so,
You
so
know?
we're interested too to find out with all those who are watching and are with us, what color is your is your
I see comments.
Here we go.
Here we
I
go.
have to agree with this one.
Mhm.
Space themed art. Yes. Except on Mars. Okay, sure. And Ronnie is saying turn off sa akin yung mga games na walang default action. Like, is it hard to incorporate at least get any resources and action? So basically, games na pwedeng magkaroon ka ng patay na turn. So pass ka na lang.
Oh, that's a good point. Not if you can't do anything, you may pass. What?
I'm thinking
So,
of a game that
yeah.
has that. And
That
if I played
yeah.
that game.
There's a game that says if you can't do anything, you pass. Aside from Uno or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, I think
It
I
has to
played
be
before.
something,
I just can't remember what it is. All right. So
That's a good point, Ronnie.
that
Good point.
yeah, that got me thinking. What was that game?
But
Hey,
kay
Ronnie, help us
Abby-
out. What is your game?
The space theme one. Okay, ako naman, I like the high tech things. I enjoy looking at space things. If you're talking about realistic space, like if you see a planet with a satellite on it, yeah, it'll catch my attention. But I'm not really into realistic type of themes. You know.
Oh, hi,
Hey,
Jed. Thank you for your comment. Is Rising Sun for a newbie not good? I would say no, it's not good. It has a lot of mechanics wrapped into that game. Plus, the negotiation alone is very
Oh,
difficult to handle.
That is cutthroat.
But that is the core of the game, the negotiation.
Yeah.
So if on top of that, with other mechanics that you have to remember and a lot of those things you have to remember. So if you're a newbie, it might turn them off, right?
Yep. I
you
mean,
could have-
it looks great on a table, but you know, it might overwhelm you. Hey, what's this? Yeah, most likely. Yeah, you know, if you don't like it,
this is what is that game that I hate? Smash Up. This is Smash Up.
no, that is not Smash Up. That is not. Smash
No,
Up.
but
that is
it's like-
that is TI4. That is
Really?
TI4.
Oh yeah,
It's a
okay,
lion.
fine.
Aliens, lions. Good gosh,
Fine.
man.
Abby,
TI4.
check out Gorus Maximus.
Lions.
It's a trick taking game, but that has I don't know if you'd like that art. Anyway, but Gorus
Don't worry,
Maximus.
Abby. TI4 will have a roll and write version very soon.
180 minutes minimum.
Hey, it's better than 3 days.
It's better than 3 days. Wait, I have to asterisk something. Okay,
What's your
my
next
number
one?
3. My number 3 is reskins of basically the same game.
I am thinking, what's that game series?
I mean, do you really need 2 shelves of Ticket to Ride? Or
Yun,
2
there you
shelves
go. There you go.
of Pandemic? Basically, most of co-ops that you've played, they're actually Pandemic with a different theme, with a different skin. That bothers me. It's like, oh, this is like Pandemic. Let's just play Pandemic.
Then it's pandemic.
I'm like,
yeah.
so
Andiyan naman yung Warcraft naman sign. Warcraft, pandemic.
I mean, do you really have to have, like, yes, Ticket to Ride has different maps, I understand, but it's Ticket to Ride. You have that same rule set. yes, it's pandemic, just a little tweak, but I don't know. It. I want something new for my board game. That's why I got Abandon All Artichokes. Have you played it, Kyo? Not yet. It's deck
More or less.
deconstruction. You're trying to get rid of cards by deck building. You're trying to get certain cards out of your deck by
So-
building an efficient deck.
How do you build with?
See, it makes
that's a irony,
that's a good
yeah.
point, right? So if it's a reskin of the same game over and over again, that's I played this before. I want something new. So
Yeah,
or at least a better tweak on the mechanic, not just add one token and make it say it's different, or one card and make it say it's different. So there.
like Monopoly. You got hundreds and hundreds of versions of Monopoly. It's the same
yeah,
thing.
correct. Same game.
You know, the
I,
same game.
I think Sims number 3
dude,
is legacy
really?
games and narrative co-ops.
Really? You don't like that? Oh, I love those. That's like reading for me, boy.
Small actions like a big impact. Right. So this is pertaining to Roni's comment earlier. Yes, I also get that they're using the pandemic system over again. They love rethemes, but basically it's the same playthrough. There's this one pandemic they actually like. Pandemic Rapid Response, where you roll a dice. It's a fusion of Pandemic and Fuse. So that one, that's new, right? Yes, it's pandemic.
Yeah.
You have to rush around the map and try to save. But with the addition of time pressure, real time, and then you're rolling dice, like, yeah, that would
that's
work
good,
for
that's
me. But if it's like pandemic, Iberia, you're not using cars or planes, you're using railroads and ships. Pandemic. Pandemic something.
Name a country.
Okay.
Name a country.
All right,
Pandemic, South
sure.
Africa.
Why not? Instead of buying the same game a lot of times, I would buy a new game instead. Same.
Yeah.
Same. So
I mean, if you're gonna have a collection of games, if they're all pandemic, tell me how will you introduce it to your friends? Hey, you guys wanna play this one? Oh, pandemic! I played that. Oh, how about this one? That's still pandemic. How about this one? That's still pandemic. Do you have any other game? I have pandemic.
that's why I kept pandemic here, because that's it.
Yeah, it's
that's
one.
the
That's it, yeah.
co-op game. If I mean, there are some other co-op games. Like I have the same thing with Black Orchestra. I also have Black Orchestra, but dude, there are twists plus the theme in Black Orchestra that really makes it different from pandemic. So
Yeah, I agree.
but if it's pandemic again with the same system, or Ticket to Ride, or Splendor with the same system, or whatnot that comes up, yeah, I'll play another game or buy another game.
yeah. I'll play the other.
Oh,
one.
see, the kiosk gonna hate me for this. Most
Mhm.
dungeon crawls are the same, right?
I
Because it's
beg
an
to
RPG. See,
differ.
here it is. So that's why it's a dungeon crawl, low key. Benta na daw yan. It's a good thing she's in the other room and we have a different house now, so she can hear me. They all crawl in
Don't
the
crawl in the
dungeon.
dungeon. Yes, if you're dying, if you don't have to play properly, yeah, you will be crawling.
All right, two more.
All right.
Two
next,
more.
Next. All right. Next up, me, Munchkin.
What the?
No, just kidding.
Dude, I like Munchkin.
Although, seriously, I well, realistically, I don't like Munchkin. I have.
Oh wait.
I've never-
Okay, before your Munchkin, I remember the only exception to my reskin of the same game is Love Letter. The way that they changed Love Letter each version, it's good. So
Good, yeah.
I could
Okay,
tolerate with
okay.
that one. Anyway, your
Tolerate,
Munchkin.
yeah. Oh, reskinned Munchkin. No, just kidding. No.
Warhammer Munchkin, End of the World
Star Wars.
Munchkin, Zombie Munchkin.
Sounds
Are
like
you
zombie
serious?
side.
You're talking
no,
about Munchkin?
No. That's a bonus. That's a short list. Mine. Okay, this is my personal opinion. Okay, no hate here, just for myself. Euro Euro. Blocks. Okay? Not to say that I will not play it.
You're
I
brave
will be,
because Ron's not here.
I will play Euros, okay? That's okay. I will play it. The thing is, for me, it's more like if I see a Euro game beside another game, a Euro Thrash, Ameritrash game, I'll go look at that Ameritrash game rather than looking at the Euro. That's my point there.
You're
If
a
I see it on the
cubist.
shelf,
You're a
if I see
cubist.
cubes, like wow, ganda ng theme. If I look at the back part, oh, the wizards are blue cubes.
Hey, that's water deep. Stop
No.
it.
No, I'd rather have a miniature. That'll give me more perspective, at least for the game. Like, oh, look, this guy goes around the board over and over again. Wait a minute, it's repetitive, but it's got minis, and I honestly would look at that more than a Euro game. So, again, Euro games are good. You know, I have some here, 1, 2, but not a lot. I'll play other Euro games, but if a Euro game had minis, sure, why not? It's not that I'm more biased to minis. It's more like I like the fact that they're keeping people engaged, but not just by with the game itself, but also with the props they make. Eh? Oh, it sucks. Yeah, yeah. European art, very elegant, But I want to kill people in a dungeon crawl. So you can't have elegant artwork. You need guts and monsters.
That is so true. It's like Euros are the eggshells of board gaming. you have to walk and tiptoe and say,
Look, again, no hate for euros, but I'd rather buy something else if there was a choice between a euro and something else. Okay? Yun lang naman. That's it for me. It's nothing else before anyone else blows up. with
this
the
one's
comment.
gonna blow up on me. What do you mean? What is
Scythe.
Scythe? Scythe what?
Scythe
sorry.
has got
Like,
robots. So
One
yeah,
of my favorite games ever. And then you just say Scythe. Should I get excited or be wary? Well, what are what are we? It's like, just
Where-
said Scythe. Yay or
is that your is that your no thanks game or
I love Yui. I love Uwe Rosenberg. I like Munchkin until I played a 2-hour game.
120 hours 20 minutes, sorry.
If you like Munchkin and the backstabbery and skullduggery skullduggery of it,
Your
try Cutthroat Caverns.
yes, I'd rather play that than Munchkin. Honestly.
Skullduggery. I remember that one.
Skullduggery.
Anyway, so yeah, Munchkin. Just
No,
like
not Munchkin. Munchkin's my short
Euros.
list. Yaros. Again, I'd rather play others than Yaros.
But you've been recently playing Euros with us.
Yeah, because I had no choice.
when it's our game night, I'll say, guys, stop playing. Kio's coming, no Euros.
No, it's more like let's introduce Kyo to this game. He has no choice. He's here na. I'd rather
He's not
play
going
than watch
anywhere
na
for
lang,
the next
diba?
4 hours.
And I'll be like, oh, look at that. And if I lose, doesn't matter. I lost in the Euro game. Okay.
I don't take it personal.
I will not take it, but if I
Oh,
lose in
I
a
forgot.
dungeon crawl against other people, even
Hey,
though
Bob.
it's co-op,
Hello. All right, so that's your
Yeah.
number 2, Euros.
Yep.
My number 2, of course, I don't know how to say this, but the X version of a game, the card
What?
version of a game, the dice version of a
Really?
game. Yes, because most of the time, when they change it into so and so, it sucks.
Mm.
Fine, name one. That's
Uh,
better. That's better than the board game version of it.
I have one here. Hold on.
Catan Dice. Catan Dice. There's Catan Dice.
Bang, the dice game actually improves on the
Oh,
original Bang.
fine. But you most of the time, if you read it's a dice game of this version, it's the card game of this version. It's not the same. Or maybe fine. I now can explain this. Maybe because you're coming into the game with the expectation that it was that game. And then suddenly you come into the X version of it, and it's just one part of the game that you actually enjoyed. And it somehow confuses you.
Terraforming Mars was good. I mean the card the smaller version the
Terraforming
Ares
Mars is still a
Expedition?
card game.
I mean no I mean the Ares Expedition. I mean it's a
It's
spin-off.
still a card game. Nothing changed. Now make it into Terraforming Mars, the dice game.
Oh, okay.
See?
I can see where you're coming from. Okay. Yeah.
See, that's what I'm. That's because most of those games, and I'm saying some of them will actually pull through and make it better. I actually have one game that I enjoyed that came from a card game and translated it into something different. Bonanza, the dice game, is the
Oh,
one that
okay.
I preferred better than the card game,
Card game, yeah.
right? So I'm just saying most of the time whenever I see that turns me off because I know that it's gonna be an inferior thing of what I enjoyed. Again, I'm saying it's maybe because I enjoyed that game so much, and coming into the X version of it, you were expecting the same type of enjoyment, but no. So, and sometimes they're
There-
not really designed well. So
There are instances where the X version of this game is let's say from card to dice. And eventually you realize, okay, the dice version or the X version of it is a reskinned version of another game, and then
that makes it worse, right?
Yeah, true.
That's worse.
That's why I understand where you're coming from. So yeah, I get it.
Because Alhambra the dice game is a far cry from what Alhambra is.
That
You're
dice game.
like,
Oh,
what? How the hell is this Alhambra? So again, some of them, or most of them, not saying everything, but whenever I see that it's the dice version of this game, it's the card version of this game, like, no, this is not gonna work
yeah.
unless it's really, really, really good. But
Again,
that
if it's gonna be
rarely
another type
happens.
of game, make it another game and not
correct,
X
don't
version
just
of this game.
slap on
Call
the
it, yeah.
famous popular board game name and just say that this is that.
Zombicide, the card game, diba?
Oh, there
What?
you Ticket to Ride, Pandemic, Zombicide, same games, different versions. Sorry, I was harkening back to my number 3.
We skinning.
All right,
Ayun,
so
there you
that's
go.
my number 2, the X version of a game.
Now we
Of
come to
said
the
game.
final ones. Okay, okay, Arkham Horror, the card game. All right. So that's your turn off.
No, but both of those games are good. Arkham Horror,
Actually, yeah, Arkham
the
Horror.
game, and Arkham Horror, the card game, they're really great. Both of them are really great. So I don't have problems with that. It's just that I never mind. Roll for the Galaxy versus Race. I prefer Race actually than Roll for the
Yes,
Galaxy.
I prefer race. Yeah, than roll. I mean, the roll has got too much random.
That's what I'm saying. It's not the same game, right? From what you experienced
True,
with Race.
exactly.
So you know where I'm coming from. Like, what? It's the dice version of this? Like,
Nyaw, 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 nyaw.
the
Okay, let's go.
People will not offer anything to us anymore.
Because I mentioned euros. I'm sorry. folks. Again, no hate from me. Just I'd rather not buy that. If
All
I
right.
collect it. Okay, Ducky. We're
And
down to the first
finally-
one, the final one. Okay, I used to say this before, maybe last year or in recent episodes, that I dislike drawing cards at the end of your turn rather than the start of your
Yeah, I
turn, right?
remember that episode. Right,
You
right.
remember that, right? I've come around to actually appreciate it more, and more of
What
the
changed your
strategic,
heart?
strategic importance of why it's good to have draw at the end rather than the start. But now my number one, and get this, is one of the I don't really appreciate this now. Before it's funny, but now it's not.
It's irking you now.
It really is. It really is. It's my number one is rules that have the potential to make you lose on the first round.
What rule
You-
is this?
it's the kind of game that the moment you play something before, let's say let's say Red 7 or something like that. Someone plays something and you're
but Red
immediately
7's
out.
good.
I mean, it's good,
You,
yeah.
even if you haven't taken your turn yet, right? It's like,
Yeah,
what? I'm
exactly.
out?
Love letter. If you get the guard first down and you guess the guy like by chance, God knows how good you are in guessing, you're out.
But
I
but
don't
Love
appreciate that.
Letter and what was the other game again? I'm sorry. Blanked
Red
already.
7.
Red 7. They
Yeah.
don't overstay their welcome. It's like a 5-minute game. It's finished.
Yeah,
You got
that's
over your
true.
pain. But if it's a board game or at least a 30-minute to an hour game, and on the
There's
first
yeah.
first
Oh,
round, you're out.
werewolf.
Oh,
like
that's
first
tough.
round, someone kills you, you're out, and then you have to stay there the entire game. That's not fun. I mean, this is why I enjoy Blood at the Clock Tower, where even as a ghost, even though you died in the first
Can
round,
influence.
you can influence the whole game. Very much so. Because you have information that they need from you as a ghost.
So
That's good.
basically, first round elimination. First
Elimination.
or
There you
second
go.
round elimination.
First, second round elimination, it just cancels out all of the excitement that whoever was playing. Like, yeah, I'm gonna play. What? I'm out?
I haven't
That's how
even
you
done
play the
anything
game?
yet.
Sumali pa ako, di ba? Di ba? Ganun
Right.
yun eh. So,
You're the third
that's-
player, Kiyo.
I'm the third player. Yes, when you are that third player and you're out immediately and it becomes a two-player game,
You're the third wheel.
that turns me off so bad. And I was like, okay, I'm not keeping you in my collection at all. That's just bad. Hindi man bad. It's more like I won't teach someone that. He'll just feel
Right,
left out.
right,
Yeah. I like
And
people
you have
always
to
be
sit.
active in
I know.
always participating in the game.
Right. Cool. Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one. It sucks out the fun. Like what we're saying, like Love Letter and I
Red
forgot
7.
the Red 7 and any other card game that's like 15 minutes, 10 minutes. You get over it quickly. Game's over,
Yeah,
fine. Let's do this
easy,
again. It's okay. But if it's longer than that, I know how it feels. Like what? I'm done. That's it.
That's it.
Oh, it kind of happened to us on a Cyclades game, second round. Practically, it was a full board. It was 6 or 7 player game. Practically, second round, that player cannot do anything anymore
And, yeah,
effectively.
that's practically eliminated already. So what's the fun in that? You're like, okay, so why invite me in the first
wasn't
place?
having any fun, and we all knew about it.
Unless
There
that
were
was your
threats.
purpose.
There were threats of a bowling lane table getting turned over.
Flip,
It was that bad. It was like the second round.
flip you, and flip you. now I'm just spectating.
Yeah,
so it's just
so
like round 2. Oh my
we were like,
goodness.
oh no, we have to end this quickly because this is gonna get worse. Yep, but that was a good one. That was a good number
Yeah.
one. All right, mine is kind of anticlimactic because it was your first one. So
It was. my
so we had like two.
Two crossovers. Yeah.
Yes, we had two. My number one is awfully badly written rule books, which had lots of vague situations, and worse is there are no illustrations. And it says
No diagrams, no
you
pictures.
place this there so that when you do this, it happens. I'm like, how the hell does that happen? Like,
That's just
what
lazy writing.
what position should the card be? Should this be what are we talking about here? And it really destroys the mood. I pity people. I don't know, but for me, whenever we're playing a game and people keep on constantly referring to the rule book and saying, "Is that possible? Wait. Let's see." And then they're gonna read from it, and then they're gonna redact it, and then they're gonna retcon stuff. Like,
Oh, yeah. That sucks it out.
and they say,
So it vacuums all of the fun. And like, I mean, the momentum is lost.
and it's not
Diba?
just badly written rule books, badly designed rule books, a layout design,
Yes,
bad
oh,
fonts, bad sizes of fonts. You're not making use of the rule book properly. All of those. It's just that, guys, the first gateway into a board game is the rule book. So might as
amen.
well might as well make the instructions clear, not vague. It's like there are some games that gamers, they're gonna hack the game. They're gonna try to break the system. And you look at the rule book, it's like there are no rules to that.
Did
It
you ever
just says this
oh,
one rule. And there's nothing else that follows with what you've done.
so
So now you have
vague,
to
man.
have to house rule it, and then everybody will have a debate on it, or just will be forced to agree with the majority. Badly written, especially if it's a complicated game and you really don't have
Mm-hmm.
illustrations for it. That really ruins everything for the game, because it leaves to then you go to BGG, you have to search for those
Yeah.
things, and you find out there are like a million people also asking the same thing, waiting for the answer.
Uh, have you experienced a rule book where it says, okay, you use this token to do this, and then it says at the bottom, to find out what this token does, go to Appendix A.
Oh, I
At the
hate
back
that. I hate
at
that
the
too.
back of the rule book. Oh, I'm like, why can't you explain it right there and then? Explain it right there.
As much as I love Arkham Horror, the card game, they have that. They have
Oh,
two
they
rule
do.
books. Most Arkham Horror games have 2 or 3 rule books, because precisely for that thing. Use this token. What does this token refer to? The second rule book. God damn it.
Why?
Now I have to memorize 2 rule books.
Oh, the things we go through just to teach a game too, you know?
Yeah,
That's the thing, eh.
and another thing, there are a lot of wasted spaces in the rule book. The back part of the rule book is also wasted. You could have used that for at least a player aid, especially if
Yeah,
you have
summary. Yeah.
a lot of icons, if you have a lot of rules, even just the turns. Because there are games where it's like, okay, first turn clean up as ABCD, and then main phase that has ABC, and then do this phase that has AB. That would help. The back of the rule book will
Yeah.
help with what phase are we in. Oh, right. So that would help. See,
Oh, dude, yeah.
here's
I
what we're
totally
saying.
agree talaga.
FFG games
You know
has
what?
that.
I agree. I used to be a FFG fan when I was in the early stages of my hobby, and they have that. Almost all games I have has that. Refer to refer to this, refer to that.
How about a player aid that's as large as the rule book? Hey, I won't mind. But if you can do it like 2, or might as well just give out player aids. But again, you understand that's costs for them, because it's gonna be additional cost. And even a player aid that's as big as a rule book. At least they tried. At least they tried.
Yeah. This is not a rule book. This is this is a book. This is a story in itself. You know, only then it's a supplementary storybook to the game. Like, oh, okay, so this has happened. But there
Yeah.
are like that. There are like that. There are comic books. There are artworks that actually provide background on the game with the story. But
So
a
far,
32-page rule book. Oh my goodness, you'll be
so far
spending
the
a
the
day
the,
just doing that.
the set of rule books that was the worst for me, but I love the game and it's a great game, was Kemet, because Kemet has a
Ah,
lot of those. There's this main rule book for how the game flows, and then there's this other thing for the powers, and then there's this other thing for that thing,
oh, I
and
so remember
and
that.
also root, just because root is really difficult to teach because you're teaching 5 games in one, teaching the main way to play the game, and then those 4 different factions, so it's
That's
really
right.
difficult.
Even the digital version of Root was pretty complex. Even though
Right.
it shortens up your
uh
tutorial mode, but it's still, I don't know.
the
I find
recent
it more
rule
complex.
book that I saw that was really good was Mind Management. They did it well. They did it well, and with illustrations, with things that you can do and not do. That was really good. So
Yeah, I saw it. Yeah, it's good, really well made, well organized. That's the thing.
yes,
It has to
and
be
you know, and,
organized.
and rule books should have a pattern. Some rule books just throw in the rules randomly. So rule like this, rule like this, rule like this, and then at the almost end of the page, so this is how you play the game. It's like, huh?
Like we play, like my example in the beginning. The game that me and Alvin played. Oh, the whole time we were holding the rule book. We're like, which part is this again? Oh, okay, the
Right.
first part says this,
Exactly.
but since we're at this part, we have to go to page 7 and then apply whatever we read in page 5.
See, that's exactly why. So I know it's really difficult to write the rule book of a game, but
Yeah,
hey,
it's not
that's how
easy.
people will love your game and understand how your game is, and it'll be easier for them to infect other people with your game
If the
because it's
rules,
easier to teach,
yeah,
right?
if the rules are easy, then explaining it to other people will be even easier,
Correct.
much easier. Because
Theory of
again,
learning.
people people who are advocates of board gaming spread the word, the good word of our of the cardboard. We read the rule books so others don't have to,
Correct.
and understanding each and every single point the rules, well, not necessarily memorizing it, and showing them everyone else an easier,
Version, right?
better, more fun way of understanding it keeps everybody interested. And then if you are the rule book during the
Most
game.
coherent, cohesive way that it makes sense.
Yes, I agree.
And it's a skill, and you have to practice and learn how to do it. Grabbing it from the rule book and just trying to make a story out of it so that it will all blend in together.
Makes sense.
It makes sense.
Yes. Yeah.
It's difficult. So good rule books, great rule books should really be must have.
Kudos to
Right.
everybody who does this. I mean, you guys know who you guys are, the advocates here, the ones who are
Yeah.
watching right now.
It's difficult.
People
It's
who
really
teach,
difficult.
you guys are talented. We don't read just to read. We read so we
And
can teach
comprehend
and
and then
comprehend. Yes.
try to disseminate information to
If you
different types of
read
people.
and you tell your players, I don't know what the heck I'm doing.
Hey, but
you go
kudos.
you go play Uno.
Kudos to those who wrestle and struggle with
Yes.
those rule books. All right. So those are our 5 turn-offs in games. And thank you for your cooperation and thank you for hanging out with us.
Comments. Oh my
Thank you for your
goodness.
comments and thank you for agreeing and disagreeing with us and trying to prove us wrong. Thank you for that. We really appreciate that because it actually tells us that this hobby is really diverse. What I might like or irk me might not be for the other person, and
Mhm.
that's okay for them, and that's okay because we're all different. And the important thing is we're all enjoying board games that we have and board games that we play. So Kyo
And
hates
board
Euros. I get bored with
Hey,
Dungeon
hate is such a
Crawlers.
strong word. Hey, I don't hate Euros.
I hate same games, but if that's your thing, Why not? As long as you enjoy it and you prefer it, you have friends, it brings you joy, go play it. The important thing is you have fun.
Go
There you
forth and
go.
spread the good word.
You have at
Okay?
least two more shortlist.
Um,
Quick
Munchkin
fire.
and uh, okay. This I feel bad, but it's in my short list. It's a particular game. That Marvel deck building game. It was such a
What?
good
Legendary,
legendary. It was
that was good,
such a good idea, but
but
with a
it's a
multitude of
bitch too.
hard to find expansions plus the
To keep
setup.
correct.
It's good on the shelf. People like, what's that? Can I play that? Go ahead. Here's the rule book. You read it. You set it
Such a
up.
pain. It's
Yeah,
such a
such a
pain
pain. Yeah.
to fix and to find things. I salute people who read the rules, who
So
teach
look,
gamers. Learning through the rule book is hard enough. Plus, explaining it to people, especially if you're in a convention with loud music and playing, yeah, you actually don't have a voice after that. That's why we bought those magic mics.
pow, 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 pow.
I have I have long setup and long teardown, which Clint was saying earlier, and too much icons. Too much icons are just, dude, just make
Oh.
2 games. This is too
the-
much.
And then every icon's explained in the legend, in the rule book. Like
In
oh,
the
this
second, in the second rule book.
one, the second rule book. Oh gosh.
All right.
Well, folks, again, thank you for your comments. Thank you for your emotional outbursts. Thank you for lending us, your ears and seeing us rant about our most no thank you scenarios and top fives. We hope to see you guys again soon. We're hoping to hear
Next
from
week
you.
we have that episode.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, yes, Denmark, please explain what the next episode
No,
is.
you're gonna explain it because
Me,
you
I'm gonna
explain it
explain it?
better.
Ladies and gentlemen, please stay tuned next week. We hope to gather everybody, or at least most of us here next week, for the annual
It's like
Halloween
a
episode.
fourth, right? Third or fourth. We're like
Fourth,
5 or
I
6
think,
years old.
yeah.
Yeah,
Parang
4.
something like that. The annual Halloween. So if you haven't been with us since 2 years ago, you will enjoy this.
It's our Halloween list, right?
This is usually where we laugh out the most. Because everyone has different experiences and different
my
horrors, and we will explain it next week. Please stay tuned. We will provide announcements or at least something like this on last minute. But we'll try to get as much people as we can in this video by next week. Okay, so guys, stay tuned. We'll have the Halloween special. Oh boy, special.
All right. Okay. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for joining. And until next time, this is Open Game Night. We'll see you soon. Bye, everybody.
Good night.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Bye.